father.
In 2020, Marvel Studios is releasing two films, the first one being Black Widow, releasing in May, and the second one being The Eternals, releasing in November. The Eternals are a bit more of an obscure team, so we're going to go through who are the Eternals. In 1970, Jack Kirby left Marvel to work for DC. He started the saga of The New Gods, which was cancelled. Kirby then returned to Marvel and created the Eternals, which was similar to The New Gods. Eternals was eventually cancelled, but writers Roy Thomas and Mark Gruenwald used them in Thor number 301. The characters returned in 1985 for a 12-issue miniseries. Then, in 2003, the series was rebooted. When the Celestials visited Earth, they performed experiments on early humans, creating the Eternals and Deviants. The Eternals protected the human race from the Deviants, and although they look human, they live longer but have a low birth rate. A civil war broke out amongst the Eternals over whether to conquer other races. One faction was led by Kronos, while the other was led by his brother, Uranos. Kronos' side won, and Uranos' side left Earth and went to Uranus. One day, Kronos' experiments in cosmic energy caused a release in energy throughout the city Titnos, destroying it. This activated latent genes in the Eternals, causing them to channel quantities of cosmic energy, giving them godlike powers. Kronos was left in an immaterial state, so a new leader had to be chosen. To choose a leader, the Eternals merged into a single being, the Unimind, to decide which of Kronos' sons, Zuras or Lars, should be the leader. Zuras was chosen as Prime Eternal, and Lars left to avoid another war. The Celestials eventually return to Earth, and a bunch of other stuff happens, but this is all you really need to know to understand the character. Interestingly, though, Lars leaves and goes to the planet Titan, but finds that a war erupted and wiped out all but one. Her name was Sue San, and they fell in love and repopulated Titan. Titan is the home planet of Thanos, and Lars is his father. Now we'll go over the members of the Eternals that will appear in the movie, as well as some of their powers and their first appearance. The first is Athena. Her powers include speed, strength, regeneration, energy blasts, flight, illusion generation, mind control, and telekinesis. She first appears in The Eternals number 5 in 1976, and she was going to be played by Angelina Jolie in the movie. Next is Ikaris. His powers include speed, strength, regeneration, flight, and teleportation. He first appears in The Eternals number 1 in 1976, and he will be played by Richard Madden. Next is Kingo. His powers include immortality and a master swordsman. He uses a sword forged by Phastos that can cut through nearly any material. His first appearance is in The Eternals number 11 in 1977, and he's going to be played by Kumail Nanjiani. Next is Makkari. His powers include strength, regeneration, and enhanced speed. Also the ability to communicate with the dreaming Celestial. He first appears in The Eternals number 5 in 1976. He will be played by Lauren Ridloff, making the character female and also deaf. Next is Phastos. His powers include speed, strength, and regeneration, teleportation, flight, and illusion generation. He carries a hammer that can fire bolts. His first appearance is in The Eternals number 1 in 1985. He's going to be played by Brian Tyree Henry. Next is Ajax. His powers include speed, strength, and regeneration, flight, and teleportation. He first appears in The Eternals number 2 in 1976. He's going to be played by Salma Hayek and will be a female in the film. Next is Sprite. His powers include invulnerability and immortality, telekinesis, and illusion casting. He first appears in The Eternals number 9 in 1977. He will be played by Leah McHugh, making the character female in the film. Next is Gilgamesh, or the Forgotten One. His powers include strength, stamina, and regeneration, flight, and optic blast. He first appears in The Eternals number 13 in 1977, and he will be played by Dawn Lee. Next is Druig. His powers include speed, strength, and healing, flight, and teleportation. He first appears in The Eternals number 11 in 1977, and he will be played by Barry Keoghan. Last is Cersei. Her powers include strength and durability, molecular and atomic manipulation, and psionic powers. She first appears in The Eternals #3 in 1976. She will be played by Gemma Chan, who played Minerva in Captain Marvel. Although not an Eternal, I want to go over one more character who will appear in the film. His name is Black Knight, who is a skilled swordsman and horseman, genius physicist and strategist. He first appears in The Avengers #47 in 1967. He will be played by Kit Harington. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.